Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give just like all praises, all the glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem with Kakadash, and double us, my apostle Els with Great Millstone, who were well, who like push his word in truth and also sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now someone ever. And also salutations to the elect, the 144,000 judges, that's 12,000 men for each tribe. And also salutations to the 1/3 men, women, and children as part of elect. And a special shout out to just like the few sisters that listen learning and they try to see salvation. To you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Sakaria for the great millstone used to kept back where now let's see the truth. So we we have the great millstone. Start from apostles and elders and bishops and officers and soldiers all the way down. Be telling you, Jakes, it's gonna be a famine very soon. We be telling you that through the with these scriptures. Like, god damn, man. I try to update my payment to Apple, man. I miss a payment and I try to update it. It's not it's it's not taking the payment and this and that. I probably gotta call Apple because this shit's annoying, man. This shit is vexing with like Apple, man. God damn. Okay. Yeah, man. So, uh, yeah. So, so the topic is a global famine is just like coming soon. Why I say just like a global famine, it's like coming soon because because it's coming. It's it's coming soon because you got a shortage of food, man. Okay, since with Trump fucking with Iran and attacking Iran, Iran say, "Fuck you, Nero. We blocking out her muse." Where like people go and get oil. They use oil to 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 grow food, to just like grow things. Okay, and just like that's what they w- w- um um that's what they do. So hey, everything going up. Okay, now is inflation. It's gonna be hyperinflation. When hyperinflation comes, it's about to be bad. So I'm gonna play this video from uh the what the Duran podcast. So it say right here, global food shortages warning, sanctions and fertilizer crisis. So I'm gonna play this video and then I'm gonna bring some precepts out. Okay. Copyright disclaimer, fair use. I'm not making no money off of this. Fair use, fair use. I'm using this video for biblical educational purposes. Here we go.
Let's talk about the situation with food shortages that could be happening, that are happening. What is going on with this connected to the blocking of Odessa, connected to the situation with the conflict in Ukraine? What's happening?
Well, first of all, you're absolutely right to talk about the conflict in Ukraine because that does play an important role in all of this, as does the conflict in the Persian Gulf. But let's first of all say one thing. I mean, we are looking at a worldwide decline in food production. And the reason that food production is falling is partly because, as we know, in the Northern Hemisphere, the weather has been unusually hot this summer. That's played a role. But the most important reason why food production is falling and likely to continue falling for some time is because there are growing shortages, worldwide shortages of fertilizer. And the reason we are having worldwide shortages of fertilizer is because of a series of political decisions made by Western governments. Firstly, back in 2022, 2023, 2024, as we all know, the European Union and the United States began a major economic war against Russia. Russia is a major producer of fertilizer.
Yeah, big mistake. With Sleepy Joe and the rest of these Western fucks, man, went to Ukraine and fuck with Russia. Okay? And people got pissed off at that. Okay? You need fertilizer for Russia. So why you gonna fuck with Ukraine? And knowing you need fertilizer to grow your food, you stupid motherfucker. Excuse me. You damn Edomites are like very stupid, man. And like that's gonna fuck up your kingdom, you idiot. You people don't got no sense. You don't got no fucking sense. That's why you seen the just like the they damn kingdom is in decline. It's circling down the drain. And like you jakes need to wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Because once the economy goes down and they don't have no jobs and no food, your ass is grass. I'm just letting you know. I'm just telling like it is, alright? Let's play a little bit more.
Fertilizer, by the way, is strongly connected with the fossil fuels industries. I mean, a lot of the raw materials that go into making fertilizer are products of that, byproducts of that industry. So, energy rich, oil rich.
Understand basic things before they fail you. Try this addictive engineering game. Because most people do not think about
countries are likely always to be major producers of fertilizer. Russia was a very important producer of fertilizer. Russia and Belarus was also a very important producer of fertilizer. The European Union has sanctioned both. The United States has sanctioned Russia. The United States has rowed back its sanctions on Belarus, but Belarus by itself is not able to make a decisive difference. Now, there have been attempts, sporadic attempts, to try to get fertilizer from Russia on global markets again, or ease the path for fertilizer from Russia on global markets. Back in the summer of 2022, when the Black Sea grain deal was negotiated between Ukraine, Russia, Turkey, and the UN, part of the deal was that the European Union would relax its sanctions.
Let's get a precept. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It reads, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Yeah, you're gonna hear rumors of wars. You're gonna hear rumors of wars. So you should not be troubled about that. All these things must come to pass. It will come to pass. Verse 7, for nation that shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So you're gonna have race wars, civil wars, class wars. All right, rich against poor. Okay, kingdom against kingdom, countries against countries. It's gonna be famines. What that guy was saying, like a food crisis, pestilences, different diseases created by man, created by Esau, Edom, and also created by the Most High, and earthquakes, and also device places. So all these are the begins of sorrows, man. We we are at the end of this man's rulership, man. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. It reads, this is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. It reads, and and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. So the black horse represents judgment, and like also the time of that the children of Israel was taken into to the Americas and to like to, to like sort of slavery. Okay, and also it's gonna be uh also it's gonna be Jacob's trouble as well too. Okay, verse 6. And I held a voice in the midst of the four beasts, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barrel for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So the measures of wheat and barrel of penny as inflation. You see inflation, way too hyperinflation is gonna come, cause everything getting more expensive. So inflation, way too hyperinflation. You get bread for $3. Way too hyperinflation. Bread is gonna be $100. It's gonna be bad. You get 10 items, you paying $100. Way too hyperinflation. Hyperinflation, you paying for $1,000 for like 10 items. It's gonna be bad. Okay. Uh, oil, like oil represents oil and wine represents the what the truth. Oil is the is the oil and the wine represents the what the truth. Okay. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 15. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 15 reads, the sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So the sword is a modern day gun, is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Different diseases, STDs, all these diseases, and famine, no food. He in it, you 2/3 in the field shall die by the sword. With you 2/3 Jakes, you're gonna die by the sword. When just like all hell breaks loose around America and also worldwide too. Where Jake scattered. Okay? And like he that is the city, the famine and pestilence shall devour him. And you in the city, famine and the pestilence shall devour you. Because a lot of you jakes that in these metro cities, you're not in the country. You don't know how to grow your foods. You're not in the country. You don't know how to grow your foods and stuff. So you live in the city. So when they don't have no grocery stores. You're gonna die by the famine and also pestilence. The famine and pestilence is going to just like the value. You know, you're gonna die of famine and also disease. Bottom line, with you 2/3. Okay, let's go to let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 14. Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 12. This is the Lord saying to you 2/3. When they fast, I will not hear their cry. And when they offer a burnt offering and and oblation, I will not accept them. But I will consume them with the sword and by the famine and by pestilence. This is for you 2/3. 2/3 Jakes. When all hell breaks loose and when you is on some shit, you don't got no food or nothing, you gonna try to fast. But the most high, your heart by shall shy, it's not gonna hear your cry. When you try to do a burnt offering and also a preparation, the most high not gonna accept you. But the most high is uh going to consume you with the sword by the famine and also the pestilence. You're gonna die. You're gonna die by war, and you're gonna die by pestilence and by famine. Let me read this in the NLT. This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 12. In the in the NLT, when they fast, I will pay no attention. When they present they burnt offerings and gain offerings to me, I will not accept them. Instead, I will devour them with war, famine, and pestilence. A lot of you 2/3, you're gonna die. You're gonna die in this third world war. You're gonna be drafted. You're gonna die in these race wars here in America and around the world. You're gonna die in these civil wars, these uprisings. You're gonna go to World War III. You're gonna die out there in World War III. The soldiers, the U.S. soldiers, they try to jump out the just like the ship, the Navy people. They about to jump. Six of them was trying to jump out the ship not too long ago, last week, because the conditions were horrible, and they was there in that ship 300 days, and they feeding on crap in horrible conditions, and this bastard Nero 47 got all this money for the military, but he not taking care of his soldiers. You're a whole ass motherfucker. Yeah, so they're gonna die in World War III, and they're gonna die by famine, and also the disease. The Most High is gonna devour you by war, famine, and also diseases. It's coming to you. Yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 5. It reads, "Behold, said the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and also destruction." So the Most High is going to be plagues upon the world, man. The sword, famine, death, and also destruction. Verse 6, "For wickedness had exceeded polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore said the Lord." Okay, let's go play some more.
Sanctions to enable Russian fertilizer to reach global markets. The European Union refused to do that. They went back on that agreement. They sabotaged, in effect, the grain agreement. So we've not had fertilizer coming from Russia in the quantities that we used to have. Now, what is
Uh, Also Europe is like a dry land. It's like a no land. They cannot grow no food or nothing. They can't grow shit. That's why they need fertilizer for Russia. That's why they need like uh Africa's resources. Just to let you know.
happened is that with the start of the conflict in the Persian Gulf in February, the other place, which was a major producer of fertilizer,
Did you know that you can get your prep for free?
What the fuck?
With Mister, you can get your prep prescribed to you online and delivered right to your door for free. Whether you have insurance.
the Persian Gulf,
Fucking Satan, man. Showing a commercial with some damn moles. Like, come on now. This is why this damn place got to go, man. And like it's gonna go. America's gonna go, and like it's gonna go with violence. Sucker.
again, as a byproduct of the oil economy, they are not exporting, they're not providing the world with fertilizer and other products that the agricultural economies need. Also, so we've had the other big supplier of fertilizer essentially taken out of the market. We also now have a worldwide shortage of diesel. Diesel oil is not coming from the Persian Gulf. The Russians stopped exporting diesel in the early summer, connected to Ukrainian drone attacks on their refineries. There's much speculation as to why the Russians did that, given that there is no shortage of diesel apparently in Russia, but they have stopped exporting diesel. Diesel is necessary because if you're starting to bring in the harvest, you need diesel to fuel your harvesters, your tractors, the lorries that move the food around. So there's been that problem as well. And then compounding everything was the extraordinary, reckless decision that Zelensky, Ukraine, and the collective West took a few weeks ago to start attacking Russian grain ships in the Sea of Azov. The Russians retaliated, as we know, by imposing a complete sea blockade on Ukraine's Black Sea coast. That means that grain exports from Ukraine, and Ukraine is one of the world's biggest exporters of grain. Grain exports from Ukraine have now stopped. It now looks as if 3/4 of Ukraine's harvest is going to be lost. So that's another loss, this time of actual food. And as part of this fighting that's going on in the Black Sea, Erdogan, who, to be clear, tilts very heavily towards Ukraine, he has started to block access of ships that would have loaded cargoes in the Black Sea from Russian Black Sea ports, either with oil or with grain. He's he's preventing them transiting through the Dardanelles, where the result was that Russian grain exports in July fell significantly. Exports through the Black Sea. Now the Russians can reroute grain through other ports. They can access other ports across their enormous country. But this takes a long time. It is not efficient. And there will almost certainly be losses anyway. So the cumulative effect of all of
Okay, that's enough. You can watch this right here. The global food shortages warning, sanctions, and also fertilizer crisis. So this happened 19 hours ago. So this is the what they do the Rand podcast. So check them out. Let's get some precepts. Second Kings chapter 6 and verse 24. Yeah, this is Second Kings chapter 6 and verse 24. It reads, "And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria." So Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, with his army, went up and besieged Samaria. Okay, that's martial law. That happened in Samaria. That's Samaria. Like Samaria is the capital city of the Northern Kingdom. All right, the Northern Kingdom of no Israel, located 30 miles and 50 kilometers north of Jerusalem, 6 miles northwest of Salem, Shemek, uh, like Bahala, like besieged Samaria, the Northern Kingdom. Okay, verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, uh they uh they besieged it until and the ass head was sold for four score pieces of silver, and the fourth part of the cap of a dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. It was a famine. Okay, in Samaria they sold when Ben-Hadad besieged it. Okay, the people sold a donkey's head for like four pieces of silver, a calf's dove for a calf or a dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver because it was bad because they ain't had no food. When a military besieges a country, another country besieges another country, it's a famine there. Verse 6. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, "Help, O Lord, my king." Verse 27. And he said, if the Lord Yahweh did not help thee, where shall I help thee out of the barnful out of the winepress? So like the king of Israel was passing by, and like a woman was crying, and she was saying to him, the king, "Oh Lord, my king, help me out." So the king told her, "If it's just like the Lord didn't help you out, I cannot help you out." Verse 28, and the king said unto her, what Elijah did? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him, eat him today, and we may eat thy son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her, The next day give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. So another lady, another lady was cooking her son, was eating her son. It was cannibalism back then. Okay, so they boiled they kids and they eat their kids. They asked the woman asked the woman, "Give your son," but she didn't do it. She did not do it. So she hid her son. It's like the woman hid her son. So capitalism happened back then, and also it's gonna happen right now, very soon, because we are close to it. We are very close to it. So we giving you Jake's the warning, man. The trumpet is being blown. Yeah, this is Psalm chapter 33, verse 18 reads, Behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh is upon them that fear him, that upon them that hope in his mercy. So the Lord is upon them, the elect, 144,000 and one third that fear him. Okay? We hoping in his mercy. We hoping that we are hopeful elect. We hoping that we are the elect. We hoping that the Most High give us mercy and like also deliver us. Verse 19. To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Yeah, man. Let's go to Psalms chapter this is Psalms chapter 37 and verse 19. This Psalms chapter 37 and verse 19 reads, They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall satisfy. Yeah, so the elect is not going to be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. So the Most High is going to feed us, the man of the Lord, and also the one third. Okay? Let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 18. Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 18 reads, Beginning of sorrows and great mournings, and the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils come? Verse 19, Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for the amendment. Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn to their wickedness, nor be always mindful of their scourges. Verse 21, Behold, virtues shall be showed good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger, the sword shall destroy them. So a lot of people gonna die. A lot of people gonna die by famine, and a lot of people gonna die by the sword. The Most High Yahweh Shai is doing a lot of of a lot of killing. One more precept, and then I'm just gonna wrap this up. This is where's Revelation at? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. It reads, that, that, therefore shall her plagues come in one day. So this whole hold on. This Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. It reads, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly be burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai who judges her. So America's plagues is gonna come in one day, but this whole America is gonna get the worst. This whole's gonna get the worst the last. Okay, it's gonna be bad. Her plagues, America's plagues, will come in one day. Death, a lot of people gonna be dying, mourning, and famine, no food. So America's gonna be utterly burned with fire by these ICBM air Cornell ballistic missiles. Most likely gonna put a spear in these nations to shoot nukes on this place. This man Nero was threatened to nuke Iran. He kind of backed off from it because he know that these nations they're gonna shoot nukes, but he ain't gonna do nothing. In order for that to happen, or for World War III to kick off, the MOTB has to be implemented. All right. So this place is gonna be burned with fire. First with famine, and then it's gonna burn with fire. Okay, it's gonna be bad worldwide, man. It's not looking good for America and also around the world, man. It's not looking good. So you Jakes need your how about Shai to get you out of this mess, to get you delivered, and just say be mercy with you to say to have you eaten that day. So get your house together. I'm gonna wrap it up. First and foremost, I would like to give, just like all praises, honor and glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors to my apostle Els for Great Millstone. Lord's will is edifying to the next one. Shalom.